Okay. Welcome to Bronze Babble with me and Toxic, inspired by Plat Chat. This will be about the. No, I suck at this. This will be about the Plat Chat community tournament. Welcome to the first episode.
Quick
Yeah,
disclaimer before we
honestly.
begin. Obviously, we're not affiliated with Plat Chat. We're just two guys making something purely for fun. My sticky keys are turned on. You didn't
Oh,
see
have you
that.
done that?
You didn't see that.
No, no one did.
Yeah. As Bowd said, this is obviously our first time doing something like this. Fuck the sticky. Let me turn off sticky keys.
Don't look
Sticky keys
yourself.
is fucking off. Okay. Our first technical issue. Yeah.
So far. Yep. I expect many more. All right then. This is our first time doing something like this. So, like those technical errors. We're not going to have any tech pauses, so you'll just have to live for it if there's any more. And as always, feedback is appreciated, so we just hope you enjoy and hope it could be fun here, honestly. All right, so there are 4 teams with 22 players. Yes, two of these teams do have 6 players, but you can't play like the 5 best. You have to have, I believe it's the diamond players, so there's 3 diamond players on these 2 6 teams. You can only have 2 on each playing at the same time. So we started with a BO1 round one, BO1 round robin, BO1 round robin group stage just for the seeding, just to, for teams to just gel with each other, just get to know like what to do, how to play, and then we have a BO3 playoff double elim bracket, and the winner is crowned the first Plat Chat member tourney winners. They get a role and likely a match versus the Plat Chat cast.
Here are the standings.
Honestly, I'm happy with how it went. Like it looks like it's very balanced. I'm happy that there's no like dominant team, no like terrible team. Like everyone's got their win, everyone's got their loss, and I think that's just good. Honestly, I'm happy to see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
this is from the table. It's very different to my first thoughts. What was my first thoughts? I had the brick wall first. I had Kurt's kittens. Actually, no. Or absolute cinnamon. You get shot, you die. I think I had switched at the start. I did have some belief like hours before in absolute cinema, mainly with some of their players, but I will get on to that.
Yeah. Let's get onto the first team then.
Speaking of them, yeah, I think it is. Nope, yeah, it is absolute cinema. What are our first thoughts on this team like?
Uh,
Um,
I'll be honest, I think this is the team that I have the least amount of notes for.
I don't know. I'd have to give that to Curse Kittens. Their
Uh,
first game, I don't know what that first
trust
game
me,
was.
I have a lot of notes for Kittens.
Honestly, a lot of note, even with the 2 subs. That's even with the super sub.
I think that's
Um,
why I have a
oh,
lot of notes.
yeah, true. Like, if you see on the stats, if you see the first kills of Abstracted Platypus, they are way ahead. Like, abnormally ahead. I want to see their first kills to 13 there. First kills. Like, I think Abstract has 16 and Platypus has 15. The second closest is Angus, who's played 2 games, but it's impressive with 10. But those two are just like far ahead with their first kills. Like, honestly, it just shows that they do rely on Abstract's entering and some of X's looks, I've got to say.
Yeah, I think I have to
What about
preface
you?
this by saying this in tournament has been incredibly attacker sided. Um, I don't think we've had a no, I don't think we've had a single like game where a team was up going into the half on the defensive side. So like, yeah, I think Absolute Cinema is one of those teams, along with You Get Shot, You Die, where they rely really heavily on these individual players to get picks. Um, Especially for some reason with Platypus eggs on the cipher usually, catching those lurks and stuff. Um, form
I
wise,
mean, another,
they look. Where are they on the table? They're like
they got third because they beat You Catch How
third.
You Die head to head. I
Yeah,
mean, the game we're showing here had a whole issue with it, with Clap subbing in. I mean, I've got to say though, it wasn't his best game out of the three he's played. I think if you look at just looking at the stats, but it's just still an issue that was just seemed present in this game,
yep,
especially when
yeah. I
You
agree,
Can Show You Die.
but
But we'll talk about. Wait, sorry.
I think
Yeah,
the thing with Collapse not playing with this game, I think it's just because Abstract and Platypus Eggs just had absolute heaters. Um, if Abstract can maintain his form, I think this team's very, very scary. Because in the first two matches they played, I think we were missing a lot of Abstract with these just opening kills and stuff. Because yeah, he does have the most amount of opening kills, but if he also has 13 opening deaths.
first death. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
So like if Sin is able to like come together as a team and is able to set up Abstract, like we see how Kittens does for Angus, I think this team will genuinely be very scary.
I mean, I just don't. I don't. I mean, like on the attack side with this. No, not on the attack side. They did well on the attack side. I mean, even if they do well on the attack side, this double Senticom, I'm just not the biggest fan of. I don't like these. This like a double Senticom with the Cypher and KJ questions me. I feel like from what I've seen of the trackers, I think Law and Cardamom are both controller players, which they could have done in Haven, played double controller comp if they chose to. They did play the standard. No, they didn't play. What did they play different? They played. Oh yeah, the Fade. They played the Fade over the Sofa. Okay, and that gets onto my another point, which is Pi. I think he's a really good player. I think we can both agree on that. I think even when his two main weapons are the Odin and ARP based on the agent he plays, I think it's like I feel like with these tournaments, with these mixed rank tournaments, you do comfort your best player. I believe with I mean I don't know how well he plays other roles. I'm not aware because I've only seen him play these two agents. And I feel like that could be a weakness because I'm not the biggest fan of Fade on some maps, like the Haven and the Essence. So maybe I would like to see more of the Chamber on some of these maps. Maybe they could they pull out that Fnatic comp they were playing recently in Toronto? I mean, no, I don't know who could play Initiator. Honestly, my questions for this team is almost as much as Kittens, I think.
Yeah, I get that point with Pi, but yeah, he's their dedicated initiator, so I don't know who else you would put on it.
I mean, I had some notes.
Is that all we have for Absolute Cinema? Moving on then. Absolute Cinema, and then Brick Wall.
I remember I put to talk. I didn't say anything interesting. I was thinking, like, what else could we talk about?
I'll start off the Brick Wall then.
Yeah.
If you remember the table from earlier, they are number one. In my opinion, they're probably quite a bit clear from the other three. Like this team is incredibly like team oriented. You won't see like individual players just get massive 3 or 4 Ks, but you'll just see like this pistol round, for example, is a really good example. You see them being really aggressive on the attack side, but they're pushing two plays together towards that heaven position, peeking water together, and yeah, um, I think stats wise, which we'll get to later, they are also the most well rounded team. I do have to preface this
I
by
mean,
saying I think that there was an issue with one of the games where we couldn't get the stats in for you get shot, you die versus the brick wall. So that might have inflated or deflated some stats. But yeah, stats wise, all of their players have an an above 1.0 rating, which is kind of impressive considering these guys have only been playing together for like 2 weeks max. Thoughts? Oh, he's muted. No. Guys, I think Bowd's died, so I'll take it from here. Um,
Oh wait. Oh, wrong
there we are. He's back.
I have two slashes. I have two slashes. I do two slashes. I chose the wrong slash.
Oh
I
no.
did the backwards
Were
slash,
you
not forward
talking this
slash.
entire time?
Yeah. Okay, what was my point? I mean, with the way the teams went, with the way the teams were made, you know, like how Kittens has the highest ranked player, but also the lowest ranked. That is how the brick wall has like, let's say fourth and fifth highest ranked players because of how the teams were made. And I think that just does show, really show in that game. Honestly, I think they are like, I think they're the best team. I think they're the best team. I mean, we'll go into the power rankings, but I just really, I have not much complaints. I mean, the you get shot, you die. I think they just got exploited by Retro massively, and they're open. The first game of them, I think they just did not know what to expect. You get shot, you die did, and they just were able to just open them up and just get them inside out.
Yeah, and then this Lotus game was a bit of a stomp by the brick wall.
I mean, I never actually watched the full VOD of this. Was it more of Kurt's Kittens just
I do think it was more
feeling
of
enjoyed?
Kurtzkin and just not playing Lotus well. I also I think even on the broadcast when we were watching this live, I saw the ISO pick and I was like, I hate this. But I think that's a Kurtzkin's issue that we'll get onto later. But yeah, as I said, the brick wall is like so incredibly consistent, so non-flashy that like, what is there to say about them? They're just good.
Honestly, I've really liked how Duncan, even though they're not the highest, Duncan and Tenyako have played. I feel like they've really like shown up, like especially like being considered like technically the lowest ranked players on their team. I feel like they've just been amazing bright spots for this team. Like look at it's just really. I think technically Duncan has the highest clutch rate. I mean, there's not we haven't seen much clutches, but honestly, it's
Yeah,
just
a massive 3 clutches out of the 40 rounds that he's played. But yeah, there's also something interesting to note about the roles on this team because on this map and this map only, Little Thighs and Basil switched roles. So usually Basil is the duelist player, and Little Thighs is the initiator player. And then for this map specifically, I don't know why. Maybe it was just in the heat of a moment. They played Thighs on Raze and Basil on the Fade.
I think that's possibly a preference of the Mr. Basil not being the most confident on the raise, perhaps. Maybe more confident on the fade. I mean, it worked out well there, and the clove is not like a the clove was just there for the fun of it. I mean, Hypernova, Juggler Pup, or Silly Creature, however you wanna. I don't know which one to say for them. Um, did play the Omen in the last two games, I believe. They played, yeah, they played the Omen in the last two games, but decided to opt for the clove.
I think they played the Cypher. So I think they played Cypher.
Oh no, they played, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You're
they had
right.
an
Yeah, they
interesting
played.
role thing as well between the first and the second games, where they had oh
They
because
swapped Duncan. Wait, they swapped Duncan's role and Hypernova's role. Yeah. I don't know why they did that. I mean, this is the same thing here. Like, I mean, they're the only team to have ever played three different maps. Everyone else has played the Haven in a sense. I mean, except for Kittens, they've just played the Lotus and Haven. But I mean, we've seen the most diversity from them, I think, in terms of just the maps. And I think no, I mean, this Kittens comp is something. I mean, I think the other two comps were. They played the Phoenix in Absolute Cinema game, didn't they?
Speaking of cutscenes, I
I
think
think
that's
so.
who's next.
Yeah, let's get to it. No, wait, you went forward. Too forward.
Uh,
Okay.
okay, for
Okay,
those
yeah, loads
for
of
those who have read the analysis, I think you all know my thoughts about Kurtzkins. Kurt, I love you, but I cannot in good faith support this team.
You don't like the.
No,
Do
I
you not
like
like this
I
team?
so it was like 8 a.m. for me when we watched their first Lotus game, and I was like
Hmm.
cooked, and like they were getting curb stomped, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And just from that point onwards, I think something just snapped within me. But
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
considering like, if we ignore the Lotus game, they won both of their other games. However, there is a huge asterisk here, and that is with the substitute uh Claps, who, if I'm going to be honest, um, is one of the biggest reasons as to why they won those two games. Um,
he played out of his mind. He had, I think, two. I think both of his games with Kittens, he had 230 bombs. If I'm correct, did he?
yeah, I
Actually,
think so.
hold up. Let's. Do I have the
Yeah, he
stats?
did
I
a
don't have the stats.
30 and then a 32.
Yeah, I mean, that is not exactly the best belief into the rest of the Coast Kittens. I mean, Angus did play both of these games, and I think he's played really well for them as well.
Yeah, I don't want to take this away from Angus as well, because I believe Angus is also calling and playing the duelist. So he's been playing really well individually, like a 1.2 rating or something. But then his calling's been really really good as well. A lot of the times on attack, this team will basically just hit an empty side. They'll fake, especially on this Haven. They really like this Haven where they fake like an A and then just run to the other side with the neon, and it just gets them like free plants most of the time.
I mean, yeah, we see. I mean, we see this on the CT side. He really pushed up this A long. Maybe from what they saw from Retro the game before. I'd like to think that. I mean, he does get picked off here. They do. They really did play aggressive with this neon, especially even on the CT. Um, I think from what we've seen three people play the duelist on this team: Sky, Atmos, and Angus. And Angus and Sky we've only. I feel like from what I've seen of the tracker, I don't think Atmos plays just duelist though. I think the other. I mean, I've seen Angus flex. I don't know about Sky. I mean, when Sky subbed in for the game after this, they did play the double duelist with the Phoenix and Neon, which I mean they won the game, I think, but another 30 bomb from Craps.
Yeah, like aside from the stand-in situation, I think like a big talking point is also this role thing. Atmos was playing the ISO on Lotus. I don't know. I believe Atmos is a duelist player. I'm not too sure, but I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they can cook up. You know, more double duelist comps, more just like run in their face, paper X them, just shoot them. Yeah, I honestly don't know how these guys are going to look coming to the playoffs. They could either be Atmos could, you know, put up numbers and they could steamroll everyone, or they could literally just fall flat without their super sub. I think we've lost Bout again.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, somebody's muting me. Okay, hello. I mean, I feel like we haven't talked about the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I feel like with because Kittens, we haven't talked about the rest of the players, and I just feel like that's because they haven't shown much for me. I feel like they've. I mean, I don't want to disrespect players too much in this. I feel like they all feel flat for me. I feel like there's not much to them. I mean, not much what they've shown. I hope they put their step up, but
Do you think
I'll just
part of
not.
that is them being flat, or just like Claps getting every kill, so the rest of the players can't really do much?
That's a fair point. I mean, was there anything stand out from their game against the brick wall? I mean, oh,
That
I
game,
mean, like,
absolutely nothing. Like, there's that one round where they're against 5 classics and they lose somehow. Like,
that's the only one I've seen. Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's the
mean, that's
round where
just.
I like went absolutely nuclear.
I mean, what do I?
Otherwise, yeah, I mean, Capri's improved a lot since that first game. Um, she is the lowest ranked player,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
after
I think
getting
she's getting.
bullied
She's
on
getting.
that cipher, we saw her swap to the Sova, and I think
Yeah,
she's
she
actually
did.
been
She did
very,
well.
very successful on the Sova with the shock darts, breaking cipher trips, with the recons.
Mm. I mean, yeah, she's definitely improved. She's definitely getting like used to like what to expect from these. This is no bronze, silver lobby. Oof, I've voice cracked again. How many times? I feel like like she's definitely been getting used to like what to expect from these players here, and like how to get the approach. I mean, I hope to see her do well. Hope to see her like get a clutch or something. That'd be great.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm doing a shui if he pulls one off. So if you want to see me really drunk, you better lock the fuck in.
Capri, if you are watching this, okay, get a clutch. Just tell your team if you're actually rolling them. Like I want to see you I want to see you guys roll a team. I want to see him arguably the best name. I want to see you roll a team. I want to see you get into a clutch and just get that 1v2 because I don't think you're counting 1v1s, are you?
No. If I was counting
Well,
1v1s, I think I'd probably have done a few by now. Yeah, cut
if you
just
want 1v,
like as a CS purist, I don't consider 1v1s clutches at all. They're just 1v1s. What can I say?
especially if your CT bombs down.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm,
Final team?
let's just get to. Um,
I went too far
I mean,
again.
one.
That's on me.
I mean, I feel like we've been breezing through these quickly, but this VOD here is only 18 minutes. By the way, I tried to like re-download it. I tried to convert it since it does not allow me to put Twitch clips. I have to download the file and then just
Yeah,
have to.
that sucks.
It's just so. I mean, I did it with the last one. I was able to upload it to YouTube just unlisted. It was all good. What to say? I mean, I think they've been robbed here. I think they're not the fourth seed. They are not even close to the fourth seed. They're in there. Maybe we're praising this. I'm praising this team, but I feel like they're not in there.
In my
They're
opinion,
definitely
they're
not.
in the top 4.
I think that's that's a great opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, safe opinion as well.
Okay.
But
this was the team that I predicted to win the entire thing before a single match was even played.
What was that?
I have
In
no idea.
Minecraft
Vibes.
vibes.
But like
I mean, I
this
think.
first game that they played against the brick wall kind of confirmed my thoughts. No, Retro was just being an absolute nuisance on this attack side. He was finding every single gap, no matter how small. It was just absolutely waltzing through brick walls defenses. But I think this is also one of those teams like Absolute Cinema where they do rely heavily on the retro lurks, on the basically just the retro lurks, because like I do see Devil trying to take a lot of active fights, aggressive fights, but I just feel like there's not enough utility behind him. Like this team really isn't giving him anything to work with, and that like might show up a little on the stats page. But I do think this team is a fraudulent fourth.
Mhm. I mean, I there's only three teams. I think why is that only three teams? I don't know why. Now when I look back, now when I think about these games, there's just I don't know. I'm counting you get show you die as a question mark for me, and then Absolute Cinema and Curtis Kittens. They're all question marks to me. Like I mean, because they've all had either played claps or have had claps in their wins. Because claps is 3-0 in these games, and I
Yeah,
don't want to get key.
I think we need to mention
keeping
that both of You Get Shot, You Die's losses were to claps. Like we know how like in fair gunfights you aren't gonna beat this guy, and having to play him twice in the tournament is kind of rough.
Hmm. I mean, I've said this before. I think I've said this on broadcast. I've said this. I've said this in I think messages. I like Igneous. I think Igneous is util is. I think I really like Igneous as util. I think he's been really good for this team when for the games he's played. I haven't had. I like his shock darts. I like his just recons. Has he played? He hasn't played Fade, has he? He played the
No, I
Sova
think
twice, Haven twice. Yep.
yeah.
I mean, he only plays apparently Sova and the Fade, so that's why I thought about it. But
Yeah, an
I think,
83% KAST.
no, I'm gonna.
Second,
No, I had a look at the trackers earlier this morning. You Get Shot, You Die, and the Brick Wall are the only teams in unrated, I believe. No one's done this in comp. The only two teams who have 5 stacks in unrated. No other team has done. No other team has done the 5 stacks besides those two.
team chemistry is important.
I
What can I say?
And especially in a tournament like this, you can outwit your opponents if you can't out aim them. Aim them.
Yeah.
So
So for those interested, these are the play stats we keep referencing.
you can circle anything if you can, I believe, in desktop, can't you? If you need to be. I mean, look at that clutch rate, but I mean, we see the first kills, first deaths here from Platypus and Abstract, first and second here. 15-4 and 16-3. The of this rounds, I quickly checked this because I feel like these first kill stats are just absurd. Is 19-12, which I think is somewhat average, maybe below average, in the conversion of winning the rounds to losing the round with their first kills.
Mm.
Would you say so? Or
Yeah, I like again, Abstract does have the most amount of first kills. But again, he also does have the most amount of first deaths.
I don't think we talked about him enough before, but Little Fies with our round rating, he has the highest kill assist as well. I mean, he's been assisting his team really well here.
As the
Like
guy
he's
in
been
charge
setting
of
up.
the stats, I do have to say that this is missing one of the games. So potentially could be a bit inflated. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want to like
it
offend
was his
anyone,
game, yeah.
but there is like just a small asterisk there.
And that's for you get shot, you die on the wall.
Yeah, we had a
Correct.
massive tech issue halfway through where we had to remake the entire game, and we just like couldn't get it from Tracker. So
Mhm.
yeah,
And what else is there to note here? What are the assist stats? Um, I mean, Atmos has the most. He's only played one game though. First kills per round. Maybe a little bit of not being able to convert. 0.31, but again, only the one game. I mean, I hope to see him more in playoffs. Hope to see. I mean, no offense to Caps, but I really just want to see Coach Kittens play their five just some more. Imagine Amos is just not available for playoffs, and
fine. I I guess we'll sign you, Claps. I guess you're on our team permanently.
I feel like I'm missing something. But I mean, yeah, these. Honestly, thank you. Yeah, thank you to Toxic for these stats. Honestly, really nice to just look at them like this. Really great to see.
We did forget this at the start as well. This is a massive shout out to Angus and Bout for coordinating this entire tournament. I don't think it would have happened without you two. So big up.
I think honestly, I'd
Round of
give 90% of
applause.
it to Angus. I'll be honest. I'll give 90% of it to Angus. So I'll give a round of applause to him, not to me. I don't want a round of applause myself. That just seems egotistical.
Angus, you know, the tournament organizer, duelist
I
IGL.
can't.
What can't he do?
I know what I can't do, which is clap because I have push to talk. So,
Yeah, at least you found the right button.
um, yeah. All right. So, is it the power rankings next?
I believe
Should we just
so.
get to it?
This might be a bit of a breakdown because we're on PowerPoint and we can't move stuff in presenter mode.
Yeah. So there it is. All right. I want to see Coach Kitchen's fourth. Any complaints with that?
Nah, I think with my history with this team, I think this is where everyone expected me to place them as well. Um, we did hear
Honestly,
we did hear both Sideshow and Dryad uh, go for Kurtzkins at the live show. So
did we? I haven't even watched any of the pod yet.
don't out yourself. Don't out
It
yourself.
it was.
So
Oh my
yeah,
bad, my bad, my bad. I love Plat
so
Chat. I pay for this member.
technically, it was a Plat Chat guarantee, but with only 2 people. So we know they're going to come last.
I mean, to be fair, Sideshow did not know about Retro, but if you told him Retro was on a team, he'd either go against him or be with him. I mean, those are the only two options. What am I on? I don't know which one Retro would want, because Josh is a curse. Why am I saying his first name? Sideshow's a
Yeah,
curse.
known personally, yeah.
I don't think you don't want him to back him. You don't want Sideshow to back you. You just don't want like bad things will come. Like if he congratulates you on your wedding night, yeah, it's the marriage is gonna fail.
Damn.
I mean, maybe that's just me trying to make something. I hope we don't have the same opinions here. Who do you have first?
First,
Yeah,
brick wall. I am a retro glazer. I love retro, but I do think just as a team, the brick wall just looks better. Agree? Disagree? Fight me for you get shot, you die. I think we've lost them again, boys. Third time's a charm. Brick wall first. Going once.
yeah. Wait, hello. I just crashed
Oh no.
because for some reason I'm an idiot. I had the entire time because I had the slash key. I had it in the message toxic box, so I was making like
Yeah, I saw, like, I have Discord open on the side and I see you typing. I'm like, what are you going to message me?
so I did like 10,000 characters something, and it just crashed. Like You have the brick wall first.
Yeah. As I said, I'm a retro glazer. I think he's one of the best players in the tournament. But I do think as a team, the brick wall edges you get shot, you die out just slightly.
I feel like you get shot, you die can still exploit this team. I think even though they've learned Retro's playstyle, even though they've learned these teams, I feel like that they can still get exploited. I mean, I don't know if they can get the first seed, first spots, but I feel like they've just got something to them. I mean, I've like before any game started, I hardly heard from any Team 3 members, like in the chat. Like I heard nothing from them, like radio silent. That's why I put them fourth. Now I feel like that. Don't think they've had any recent games with each other, but I feel like they could be workshopping something. Like I just want to see the maps. Like why did we get only 3 maps? We get Ascent Dust 2. We get the most. It's like fucking Premiere, CS
Yeah,
Premiere.
fucking
I,
Dust
I,
2
I,
Mirage. And then like
ah,
Inferno if
I
you're
want to play.
lucky.
I mean, train sometimes, and then I don't care. Just let me play Nuke. Even if I don't like the map too much, I want to play something different. Like
When until Fracture comes back. Everyone's going to be banning that. I think I've said this before, but Fracture is the Valorant equivalent of Nuke. And no one plays Nuke, so no one's going to be playing Fracture.
but he did. Was it Capri that said that? I think in like a 5 stack, like the
Oh,
most.
I think that was
Who
me.
said?
I was like saying in a
Was it?
5 stack, Nuke might be the
It's
most
good enough.
fun map to play, but like a Fracture. Like I have a love hate relationship with Fracture. Um, you solo queue into it,
Yeah,
you dodge. Like I'm not trusting any of my teammates to do anything on that. All right, back to the
yeah. I
rankings
think
though. I think we're going on a fucking tangent here.
no. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah. Um, Honestly, I think I've got to agree with the first brick wall. I mean,
I'm happy to put you get shot, you die second.
yeah, I agree. I agree. And then we just put Opposite Cinema third. I mean, it's only 4 teams, only 2 people. I don't think you're gonna. I don't. I'd love to see it happen, but I don't think you should be expecting much. Like, not as much. What's the word? As much. Not discretion. Oh, what's the word?
Guys, we
What's
are
the
not
word? Like,
professional
dis-
analysts. Do not take our word for this.
I'm so okay. Disagreement. Yes, disagreement. I don't think either of us are curses yet. This is how it will go. This is how it will go. Honestly, yeah, only 4 teams here, only 2 people. I mean, yeah, not much disagreement here. Yeah, let's just get to the last bit then,
So
shall we?
playoff brackets. Wall, you get shot, you die first, and then let's get in cinema. We do have our picks. Despite us putting Wall first, we both have them lose it. We both have them losing till you get shot, you die.
I swear I saw it earlier. You had it as war, not earlier, but like a couple weeks ago, something.
Yeah, I like over this week, I've just been like tossing coins basically.
Tossing
No, I'm kidding,
coins.
but like, yeah, like you get shot, you
Yeah.
die's only win was against Wall, the brick wall. So I was like, sure, might as well. And I mean, I can't do my main retro like that.
I mean, it wasn't specifically a bad game from the war, and therefore I think that yeah, you guys shot your die can definitely get this win. I mean, BO3s are just completely different. For all we know, the brick wall could be the worst team. Like we are discussing BO1s here. Like just on their day, they could have been on their day 3 days in a row. They could have been on their day, I think 3 days in a row. They played it 3 days in a row. Yeah, just 3 games in a row, and they just not on like 2 because they just went 2-1. They could have played well 3, and then in the BO1 with more maps, they just crumble. Like it's just a new arena for them. So expect anything, honestly.
Surely we don't see Haven Ascent. I beg you, please,
Sure.
one of these two teams, please ban either Haven or Ascent. Thank you.
Look, I want to see Just give me like sunset. Give me what are the other maps in the called? Sunset. Give me pearl. I want pearl. Yes, give me pearl. I want
are
to see
we
pearl.
are
And
we
split.
sticking with this map pool? Because isn't or are we switching to the new one that's gonna be out soon?
That's a great question. I mean, we might. I mean, I think some people have asked for something special in playoffs, like the final, the uppers, the upper winners gets to choose any map. I mean, I think this is just up for discussion. I'll ask Angus. We can ask Angus about it.
Yep,
See if we
we're
want
gonna
to
pick the
get it.
TDM map, Casper. That's our pick.
I mean, we could do a vote for the map pool. I think the people actually playing deserve to get asked. Do they want to change the map pool? What's going out? What the new
Splits.
map comes in?
Yeah.
We get the new map. You know what? The new map in. I mean,
Everyone
depends.
has to play the new map. That's our one rule for playoffs.
You know what? Since it's so early, they can make any. You know what? I think we should do that. Yeah, it comes like only like it comes on like Tuesday. I think something like that, wouldn't it? If it'll be revealed in the finals tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it'll come out like a couple of days later. Was it a week? I don't know. When's the new act? Is it new
I think in
act
a
or
week.
episode?
That sounds about right. And we probably won't start
Yeah,
playoffs for like a week.
yeah. I mean, depends how long some of these players do stay in Toronto. All right, but we're getting a bit off track here. I mean, we haven't. Why did you go Kurt's Kittens?
Why
I
not?
don't respect. Like you have said you've just not been the biggest fan of this team, and here you are. You choose the Kittens here.
Well, I don't know. I picked them because it's like this game is such a 50-50 for me. Um, we saw Kurtzkins beat them last time they
I think
played.
I think all of cinema are good. I don't see any problem. I mean, maybe there's some lackluster performances there and here and there, but I feel like especially with Pi, Abstract, and Platypus, I think all those three players are just great. And I feel like they'll just be able to outgun them. Honestly, outgun Kittens here. I think.
But at the same time, it's this problem again of what are we seeing from Kurtzkins when Atmos comes back? What comps are they running? Because they lose their secondary controller and collapse, and they probably bring in another duelist. So either they can be 2023 Paper X, or they could be 2025 Paper X.
Mm, I mean, what to say? What to say? I mean, how would you picture this to go? Like, how would you picture this? Like, you generally think it could like be back and forth here. Like
I
this could be a
genuinely
back and
think
forth game.
this is like a coin flip, 50-50. I mean, again, it's a best of three. We don't know what's going to happen. For all we know, one of
And
the
then
players' houses could like blow up, and then they'd still win the 4v5 every round. Like, this is just what this tournament's like been. Every round is like anything could go wrong.
it's not been structured. Like how I feel like defense should be the easiest side to play. No, how is it so T-sided?
No,
Like,
I disagree with that.
is it? Why so?
Well,
I mean, maybe there was
I've talked to some of
rotations
the
as well.
players, and they're just like, yeah, on attack side, we can either just be like default, and then, or we can just be like go A or go B. But then on defense side, it's a lot harder to coordinate utility or like just getting picked off randomly on one side of the map. Like a lot of that, I think, comes down to communication. Again, these guys haven't played for very long together. I hear there are some teams, I'm not going to name which ones, might have some like mentality issues if they lose a few rounds in a row. They just get mental boomed and they just like shut down. Yeah, it's just this thing with, I guess, not having the team chemistry that you would usually have if you had something like an established five.
And I feel like it's like a. I mean, I feel like you're on defense. You know, I mean, I don't think there's been much aggression from some teams on defense. I feel like they've set up their util, maybe meaning the center util. They've set up their positions. They call it basic rotates, and then they see what happens there. Me,
it
Has there
also
been much?
it also doesn't help
Oh,
that they
sorry.
played Haven like every single map.
That's just Haven, Ascent.
What were you gonna say about the Senti setups?
I, f- I mean, like I mean, I think we said in like I think one of the war games they had the basic setups. They just repeated that for the 12 rounds, lost 10-2.
Yeah,
Um,
there was some like maps where we had double Sentinel, but we just were like, okay, Vi sit A or KJ sit A, Cypher sit B, and that's like all they did. Um,
I'm
yeah,
trying to calculate in my head what is the retake win percentage? Like can these
probably
teams even
really
retake?
bad. I don't think so. That might be an interesting stat for me to get calculating when it's not 1 a.m. Um, but yeah, I do have team specific stats as well, and every single team has less than a 40% win rate on defense.
So have you've been messaging the players? I did not know that.
No,
Like
not
what? Like
messaging, just been
DMing
like
them?
invoice chats after games and stuff.
Oh right,
I'm not
that's
that
sick.
famous. I'm not that famous.
Nah.
I wish,
Hey
I
man,
wish, I wish.
one day. I mean, I think besides, I think I've been all the technical issues, except for the sticky keys from you. But I mean, is there much else to say? I mean, like, who would actually would it be the war that fares the best against the Plat? I don't know what the Plat Chat team would run because they want to have it fair, and I think the average rank from the looks of tracker is, if you calculate all of it, is Plat free, high Plat, yeah, Plat free. So it's low diamond essentially. I think that's about right. I mean, what am I
I think the Wolves
giving them a
stand a
fair?
really good chance if they do win. So let's just assume Wolves wins. I think they do
Maybe
stand a good chance. I mean,
maybe retro knows how Shaz show plays. Maybe if Bren plays, maybe he knows how he plays. I think he's played with like most of the Plat Chat cast, like Plat Chat, like NA.
I think it comes down to, is this a fun match? Because I believe this might be a charity match. Or is this like something serious that we want to win and something's on the line? Because if it's
I
just
mean,
like messing around, then we definitely have the upper hand here.
honestly, I mean, eventually, I mean, the winner of this team will be like the most gelled. I think there'll be this like. I mean, you could get like a. I don't know how the Plat Chat team would be able to. They wouldn't like get like. I think like a handful of their players like Diamond Descendant range,
There have
but
been
there's no more.
threats of them bringing Bala back.
No. It would, and maybe Atmos. I think Atmos is immortal free now. Atmos. I want to pop off Atmos. Come on, man. You would solo baller. You would actually wreck,
You
or
know what would be
you would wreck
like
baller.
fucking amazing? Kurt's Kittens wins, and so Kurt has to pick either his team or the Plat Chat crew.
Oh, he coaches Kurt's Kittens. You know what? I mean, if Kurt ever sees this, think about it, Kurt. You got to choose a side if they win. I mean, this is the team. This is the team that everyone's just piggybacked here on Flat Chat. I mean, only three we've seen, but I feel like the Flat Chat cast I've just said they've really want. I mean, when Josh, no, I was wrong. Wait, what am I thinking? Oop, no clue. Blanked. All right, I think. I mean, I've not got any notes. I feel like I've forgotten something, but if you guys have said we've got anything, any more notes, I feel like I haven't talked about every player, and I apologize for that. And Toxic, anything else to say? If you wanna,
It's been fun. First episode. Hopefully, we'll get to do more.
yeah, maybe it's a Valorant podcast. Maybe it's a Platchat Members 20 podcast. Maybe we make the Platchat Members 20 to a VCT. You guys drop players. You guys sign players. That's just a crazy idea
That'd
I'm
be
throwing out there,
amazing.
but
That would be. I think there have
that'd
been
be
rumors about this because everyone who watched the Plat Chat live at Toronto got wind of the tournament, which is really good exposure. Um, Thank you,
I want
Tenyaku,
to
for
see.
asking that question.
He asked. So he asked the Plat Chat member question, Tanyaku.
Yeah,
What do you
I
ask?
think in one of the in the Q&A session, he was like, "Oh, we've got a members tourney going on. Who do you think is going to win?" And that's why like everyone picked Kittens. But like, I think we've
Fair
seen
enough, man.
a few more messages in the Discord about joining, and that's been really good.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. That's great to hear. I mean, I hope to see like this in other regions. I'd love to see it in like something like Pacific or EMEA,
Give
obviously.
us something. Australia is so starved. Please, where are the Pacific people? Achilles, please save us.
Yeah, just get maybe the oh, why am I so blank? Honestly, I've just stuttered this entire thing. Honestly, though, it's been great. I mean, if it's bad, no complaint. Please complain. Please just give us advice. Give us like anything. I mean, I think it's gone pretty well. Besides, like me, crashing with all my slashes. But honestly, this has been great. And any final words, Toxic? Last words? Give them a wave.
You can't see this because I don't have a camera, but I'm waving. Goodbye,
Let's
chat.
go. Goodbye. Have a good one. Stay cool. Don't be in bronze.